Welcome to the Credit Innovation Group new member webinar. My name is Gilbert Colley. I'm the head of marketing for Credit Innovation Group, and today we're going to talk about what you just purchased. That means we're going to go over the product and what you can expect from CIG in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead. So the very first thing that we'll do today is go over the table of contents, right? So first, what we're going to talk about is the Credzy app. Now, it's important to understand that CIG and Credzy are two separate brands and businesses. So Credzy is a separate service that you sign up for when you become a CIG member. Now, in today's session, we'll explain what Credzy does and why it's such an important part of how you're going to create success with your CIG membership. Next, we'll get into the CIG specialist. The specialist is the person that helps you build and customize your map. The map is the plan for how we're going to improve your credit profile and get you ready to qualify for an offer of credit. So we're going to go over that in a little bit more detail. Then we'll get into how the CIG product works. This conversation begins with an explanation of your map, and it transitions into your online portal. The online portal is a place that you'll go to monitor your credit reports, to see deletions of negative items, and to follow your progress as you go through your map. Now, over the years of talking with CIG members, we've had thousands and thousands of conversations, and the most common question that we get from our members by far is, how long is this going to take? So today we're going to address that question in depth, and we're going to help you set expectations for the road ahead. Then we'll transition and talk a little bit about payments. Now, this might seem a little bizarre to go over in a setting like this, but it has an outsized impact on how quickly you're going to get where you're trying to go. So we'll cover that impact briefly and explain the importance of managing your payment schedule proactively in order to expedite how quickly you get through the process. Then we'll finish up by going over our CIG community, how you can participate in the CIG community, how you can interact with it, and then we'll talk about some real life examples of CIG customers who have achieved their goals with the CIG membership. And we'll show you how they've realized their dreams and goals and share that with you. Okay, so let's talk about Credzy. Credzy is a paid service that is part of your monthly commitment to building the powerful credit profile that you're looking for. It's an essential part of what CIG does, even though it's a totally separate brand and business. The primary function that Credzy serves is to provide what is called a tri-bureau credit report. You've probably heard that term before. The tri-bureau credit report is required in order for CIG to know what's on your credit already, what negative items need monitoring and removing, and what other opportunities are there to help you build credit. But that's just the beginning. Credzy does a whole lot more than just provide credit reports. And so we're going to talk about that in a little bit more depth here to help you understand how powerful it really is. Now, inside of your Credzy app, you'll find the Cash Flow Accelerator. This tool does exactly what it sounds like it does. It helps you build great cash flow. And it does this by accelerating the rate at which you're getting out of debt. Credzy is going to take your information from your credit report and automatically upload and populate it into the Cash Flow Accelerator. And it will put together a plan to help you get out of debt quickly and this is the important part, without paying anything extra on your monthly payments. I'm going to say that again. It will help you get out of debt quickly without paying anything extra on your monthly payments. So it will take the amount that you're currently paying and it will accelerate the rate at which you are getting out of debt without paying any more than you already are. Okay, that's a really important thing to understand because it's incredibly powerful. Now, as you'll see here in a minute, great cash flow is a big part of great credit. So this is an excellent tool to help you achieve that. You'll learn more about this in our step-by-step guides and education center. These tools were put together for you so that you can learn about credit, so that you can learn about taking credit into your own hands. The education that Credzy provides is a great way for you to understand credit so that you don't have to worry about spending a bunch of money for credit repair again in the future. It will also give you tips and tricks to build your credit profile. Now, the guides are a great place for you to learn more about the tools that are available to you in your membership. There's also the partner portal that gives you a quick access to loan officers and insurance brokers. We've partnered with many trusted companies so that you'll have the best support as soon as your credit begins to reach the range where you can start taking advantage of it. Now, CIG is in close contact with every company that's in the portal, which makes it easy for you to trust and use their services. You can find them in your Partners tab next to your Dashboard tab on the app. Finally, the rent reporting tool will help you build your credit score by tracking your on-time rent payments. It's always good to find ways to build that credit score up instead of just repairing the negative items, and that's one of the best and easiest, and this is one of the best and easiest ways to do that. This tool can give you as much as a 60 to 70 point boost on your score as soon as it hits your credit report. It's instant. Now, one of the most exciting parts of the Credzy app are the 3 C's of credit. Now, the 3 C's of credit are the fulcrum around which the Credzy dashboard is built. Most people have been taught that credit is exclusively about their FICO score, but that is not true. There are actually 3 pillars that constitute a powerful credit profile, and your FICO score is just the first of those 3 pillars. Now, these 3 pillars are known collectively as the 3 C's of credit. That's what they're known by in the industry, in the mortgage industry and the credit industry. And the 3 C's of credit is the concept that Credzy is built around. So this is something that most people don't actually know about, and it's one of the primary values that Credzy is going to have in educating you about credit and building your ability to qualify for credit. Now, the idea is to help you gain confidence that your credit profile is something that will get you a loan when you apply. If you keep a close eye on each of the 3 pillars and you build them up, then you're guaranteed to qualify for a loan when you apply. So to gain a better understanding of the importance of the 3 C's, you need to know what they are and how to understand them. Now, the first of the 3 C's is called character. Character is the pillar that the FICO score attempts to quantify. When a lending institution like a bank looks at your credit score, they're saying essentially this is who you are as a person relative to how you have paid your debts in the past. It's a euphemism that's actually a little bit offensive when you really think about what it means, but it's how the system works. This number lets lenders and other institutions know what your risk factor is when they lend you money. The scale runs from 350 to 850, with obviously 350 being the worst possible score and 850 being the best possible score. Your score is typically going to come in around 500. Most of the people that we get that sign up at CIG come in the 500, so you can expect to be about in that range. It's important to remember that your score does not define who you are, regardless of what banks or other lenders might suggest or might say outright. It's just a number that can be changed by changing behavior. It's very simple and it's very easy to do, and we're going to show you how to do that. All right. Next we have capacity. Capacity refers to your cash flow. Now, for most people, that means their income from their job with one specific twist. It's the income that you have after you pay for all of your debt-based liabilities. That means your car, your rent or your mortgage, your credit cards, any other, if you have a Kohl's card or if you have, I don't know, a Amazon card, anything like that, that is is anyone in? My brain just crashed hard. Reboot. Did what right? That's because the slides are in different orders.
That's the right way. Character, capacity, and capital is the right way.
Yeah, but they're in a different order. Normally I have to click this and then click back and click forward. And I think I'm the one that changed the order, but I can't remember now. All right, I'll start again. Next, we have capacity. Capacity refers to your cash flow. Now, in fact, you can use capacity and cash flow totally interchangeably if you like. Now, for most people, that means their income from their job with one important twist. It's the income that you have left after you pay for all of your debt-based liabilities. This means your car, your mortgage or your rent payment, your credit cards, or any other revolving lines of credit like a Kohl's card or something like that. Capacity is similar to debt to income, it's just expressed in a different way. So keep in mind that the better your debt to income ratio, the higher your capacity. We want your DTI to be low and we want your capacity to be high. Now, the last of the three C's is called capital. The three C's of credit are a matrix used by potential lenders to determine both how willing and how able a potential borrower like yourself might be to pay a loan back. It's for this reason that it's important to understand how much wealth that potential borrower has before greenlighting a loan. We call this pillar capital because it's the money or assets that that potential borrower has available to make debt payments if their cash flow becomes inadequate to meet their obligations due to disruption. So that's a long-winded way of saying what happens if you lose your job? What happens if you get injured or you get sick and you have to cut back your hours? What happens if your spouse gets sick and you have to cut back your hours to take care of them? You know, there are lots of ways that our cash flow can be disrupted, and you can't predict those if you're a lender. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the borrower if that happens? If their cash flow becomes inadequate, what recourse do they have to fall back on? So think 401k accounts or stocks, bonds, a savings account would obviously count. Or you can get weird with this one. Banks will look at things like bare land, property, or strange stuff like jewelry or artwork or a really nice grand piano. Anything of significant value that you can trade for money in order to make your mortgage payment if you lose your job or if you're unable to make the entirety of that payment because your cash flow is disrupted. So building these kinds of assets and accumulating things that tend to appreciate over time can really help your ability to qualify for loans. And the capital section of your Credzi app is going to help you measure that, and it's going to give you great tips and tricks to grow it. Okay, so that's sort of an overview of Credzi. CIG's partnership with Credzi is one of the absolute most exciting aspects of our product. The Credzi app is truly unlike anything else in the financial wellness space, and as time goes on, there will be new features added, including great content on how to build wealth and utilize credit. Keep this in mind as you proceed with your product, as this is an incredible part of the value that you're getting. You can download the app in the Apple Store or on the Google Play Store if you haven't already. One second, let me take this call. Hello. Hey. Oh, no worries. I'm in the middle of doing a webinar, but I figured if you were calling me, it was important. So, yeah, let's just, send people home. It's the end of the day anyways. So, yeah, let's do it. No problem. Thanks. See you. Already 15 minutes in. Wow.
Didn't know the Credzi section took up that much time.
Yeah, I don't know if I did something different, but that's weird. Okay, now let's talk about your specialist. Now, when you become a CIG member, you'll have a dedicated credit specialist assigned to your account. Think of them as your guide along your journey to great credit. The first and most important job that your specialist has is to create your map. Now, your map lays out the game plan for each step that you need to take. Your specialist will also play a role in helping you understand and take advantage of all the ancillary tools that are available within the CIG suite of products and their network of partners. The Credzy tools are an important part of that. So if you run into any issues or have any questions regarding the setup of your Credzy account, your specialist can help you with those as well. Getting your 3Cs set up is one of the most crucial parts of the process. So if you need help there, for example, that's something your specialist can really help you with. The specialist is only available to speak with you by appointment, but you can text and email them as much as you like. If you do need to schedule a time to speak with them, you can call the customer care number and one of our representatives can help you schedule a call. The specialist is a central part of the value of the CIG membership, and our people are absolutely passionate about helping our customers achieve their goals and dreams. It's what they do all day, every day, and they'll be so excited to help you accomplish your vision for your future. I'm excited for you to get the chance to work with them. They're really incredible people. Now, when you become a CIG member, your credit specialist will schedule a call with you to review your reports and create a detailed plan of attack to remove negative items from your history, as well as to build newer, more positive elements inside your credit profile. We call this plan the MAP. The MAP is, quite simply, the master plan for how we're going to build your future by improving your creditworthiness. Everything begins and ends with the MAP, so it's important for you to understand it. Once the MAP is built, your credit specialist and their team will go to work executing that plan. You'll see and hear a lot about the MAP during your time with CIG, so keep a close eye on your text message and email correspondence. Anytime you see an email titled MAP Step, you want to open it up, read it, and respond if necessary as quickly as you can. Let's go. The MAP is about how you will accomplish your credit goals as quickly and efficiently as possible. So following it and doing all the steps outlined within it is crucial to accomplishing whatever it is that you're trying to get done. Now, an important part of your premium membership is being able to call and set up an appointment with your specialist free of charge. So if you need to reach us or our business hours, our business hours are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you're one of those people that struggles with time zones, don't worry. We are on Denver time, so think Denver time. Now, this is when our team is available on the phones to help you. The best number that you can call if you're stuck or if you need help is, I'm going to read it out, 877-226-9442. You also see it on the screen. It's 877-226-9442. Now, our customer care team are the ones who are going to schedule your appointments with your specialist. So if you're needing to book an appointment, this is the number that you should call as well. Another way that you can reach out is through emailing us at cs@creditinnovationgroup.com. That's cs@creditinnovationgroup.com, all spelled out, creditinnovationgroup.com. Now, our goal is to be available to help you through multiple channels that are convenient for you, and we're always happy to hear from you at any time. We want to make this as accessible as humanly possible to give you that great experience that you're looking for. Now let's talk about your online portal. Your online portal is a place that you will find your MAP, your credit scores, your specialist information, and other services that come with your membership. It's also where you'll be able to view your detailed credit report. Now, you'll want to log into your portal anytime that you're wondering when your next update is coming, or if you're prompted to log in from a MAP Step email, or if you need a refresher on how to contact your specialist, for example. All of those are things that you'll get inside of the portal. Now, your specialist information can be found in the upper right-hand corner by hovering over the CIG logo, as you see here on your screen. Remember that your membership comes with identity theft protection and credit monitoring alerts, which are found in the menu tab, along with your profile information and your terms and agreements. Now, of course, you need to know what is on your reports. The cool thing is that you have access to all three of your Vantage reports right here in your portal. You can just click on the green More Credit Details link, and it will take you to your reports. Now, please be aware the view on your phone is going to be different than on your computer, but the information is all there. It's just formatted a little bit differently and is going to look differently, obviously. And remember, if you ever have questions about anything that you do or that you don't find, you can always reach out to us at the number that I read out to you, and we'll help you navigate through it. Now, one of the best features about Credzy and the CIG portal is the Refer a Friend program. Now, on the CIG on the CIG portal. This will be on your homepage and on your Kredzy app. Now, this is where you'll find your referral code for sharing our program with your friends and family. The referral program is super easy and super fun to use. All you do is give your code to your friend or your family member, and they use it when they go to sign up as a CIG member. They can do it through the website, or they can do it on a phone call with a salesperson. If they are on with a salesperson, just give them the code there. If they're doing it on the website, just enter it into the field, and you will get paid a $50 commission when they sign up. That's as simple as it works. Okay, big question. How long is this going to take?
It's someone on YouTube.
Oh, I see. Now, credit repair journeys are different for everyone. Most of the time, the actions that you take are the biggest factor that determines how quickly you will get where you want to go. We have people get into homes in under 3 months, and we've had people take over a year. It's just that I just want to give you an idea of how long this can take if you follow your map and if you do all the processes that we line out for you at the beginning of the journey. So let's go over some numbers really quick and talk about what that looks like. Now, the most important number, obviously, is your FICO score. The average starting score of people who join CIG is about 581. That's about our average customer score, 581-ish. And the average number of times that we have to dispute to get them to 640 is 4.3. Now, 640 is an important number because that's the number that the FHA, the Federal Housing Administration, that's the number that they require on loans underwritten by them. So typically an FHA loan requires a 640 FICO score to qualify. So most of our customers, if they're going to buy a house and get a mortgage on a house, they're going to be getting an FHA loan, which means 640 is the magic number to hit. So how do we get you from a 581 on average to a 640? How long does that take? On average, that takes 4.3 disputes. And so those disputes are done monthly, because once we dispute a negative item on your credit report, then the bureaus, and there are 3 bureaus, the bureaus have 30 days legally to respond to that dispute. So this is essentially a 1-month cycle, a 1-month process. We send a dispute, they have 30 days to respond. We send a dispute, they have 30 days to respond. So if we're going to dispute an item if we're going to go through 4.3 rounds of disputes, that means 4.3 months on average. So the average customer takes 4.3 months to go from a 581 to above a 640 with the CIG product. That will give you an idea, right? So 4 to 5 months is about the average for our average customer to get to the score that they need to be to start looking at buying a home with an FHA mortgage. Now, your individual goals are going to be maybe a little bit different than that. And so there's obviously going to be a lot of variance. What we tell most of our customers is that this is a 6-month program, and you should commit to at least 6 months. And if you're a little bit more of an extreme case with more negative items, if you have a really bad score, or if you have some particularly difficult items to fight, then it could take, 8, 9 months, maybe a year, maybe over a year in some cases. But the majority of our customers, this is about a 6-month process, and the average customer, it takes 4 to 5 months to get to that 640 FICO score. So let's go over some specific profiles. We've removed the names and personal information from these profiles, obviously, to protect the parties involved, but these are real people. So on this, you can see that all 3 bureaus down below the score, you can see the little green dots that represent the disputes on the graph. So you can see that the first 3 dots are all on the baseline. That means the first 2 months saw no improvement. On the 4th month, then the score jumped 200 points in 1 month. And this is atypical, but this will happen from time to time. So we saw a 200-point jump in one round of disputes because a bunch of negative items all came off at the same time. And the customer went from a 530 FICO score to a 730 FICO score in 1 month. Now, here's another example kind of like that, where that fourth dispute is the one that was the big mover. Here is an example of a customer who has kind of a rough time. You can see that they're up and down and all over the place, and that each of the three bureaus are significantly different from the other. That's one of the things that can happen that can delay things. And so there are a lot of different ways that process can unfold for you. But on average, again, it's going to take 4 to 5 months, and you should plan on a 6-month commitment in order to make this happen, at least. Now let's talk about payments. Is the customer still on? Now, if your payments don't go through, you could lose access to the tools that you need. So it's important to remember that we bill each month after the work is completed on the file. Make sure that you note the date that your payments are coming out, because that is crucial to keeping your subscription going. The number one thing that we hear from customers, again, is that they want to get done as quickly as possible. And the number one thing that delays our customers is the failure of payments for reasons that are really not great reasons. The most common one is the card on file expired, right? That happens quite frequently. The other thing that happens is some customers have protections like Chime, for example. They have protections on their card or their account that make it that shut it off, or that prevent certain types of transactions from going through without being approved. There's a lot of different things that can happen there, but it's vital that your payment doesn't get disrupted, because that is the number one thing that is going to slow you down and disrupt your service. So we always recommend that you have a current and valid form of payment on file, that you know when your payment is scheduled to come out, and that you're prepared for it, so that there's always funds in the account when we go to pull that payment, and that if there is going to be some sort of disruption with your cash flow or with your payment method, or for some reason you're not able to make your payment, that you reach out to us in advance and let us know, and we can help you reschedule that payment around whatever it is that you're struggling with, so that when you do have the funds, or when whatever the difficulty is dealt with, then we can pull the payment after. So it's absolutely crucial to make sure that your payment schedule stays on time. Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell? I was about ready to stop, and then you just raised your finger.
I know, because I'm just gonna end it.